This is one of Northland's great strips of coastline, and there are multiple projects that are being done up and down here where they are taking a lot of consideration into the environment as well as the history dating back 200 plus years, and there's a lot of respect for that as well. So we wanted to create a building that blends into that landscape or enhances it. I am Nick, the Director of Smith Construction in Mangawhai, and we're here at the Pohutukawa House. Our first impression of this place was just the seclusion that it felt it had while still being on a public beach and maintaining that privacy and discretion to be able to be seated there and nobody really knows that you're there. The brief was to create a secluded retreat for an extended family that love the outdoor space. They love the ocean and they love the environment around here, and that was ultimately what they were wanting to do. They want a home to live in. It's not just to be a piece of art that you can't touch. It needs to be durable and it needs to be usable and it needs to flow between the spaces, which I think this place achieves very well. When you first walk into the front door in a beautiful finished lobby, which is understated elegance, it opens you up into a big great space which we're sitting in now, which is the heart of the home. It feels expansive, but it's only a short distance into multiple different spaces where you can feel secluded and private. Just on the other side of the kitchen here is the snug. You can shut the door, light the fire, watch a movie, go out of there, head across the hallway. You've got your own art studio, sit there and paint away. You've got an indoor-outdoor garden right there, so still feel like you're outdoors in nature, but you're inside in a cosy little spot. When you head further down the hallway, it's the private retreat of guest accommodation, and then right down to the end, which is a closed-off space, which is the homeowner's escape. That's the master suite. That has both an indoor and an outdoor bathroom facility that is completely locked off and private from the rest of the home. If you want to have fun, you head back in through the lobby over to the boat shed and go upstairs to the tiki bar. And you've got a pool table and a foosboard to play on, which has an amazing view out to the coast. There's a lot of different elements of materials going on in this house. A lot of them look very, very simple at face value. Anything that is minimal and simple in form has an intricacy of detailing in behind it all to make that happen. We were drawn to the coloration of the Forte siltstone. The aged and rustic finish is sympathetic to the coastal environment around here, and it tied it in really nicely. The wide boards were selected due to the expansive size of the space, and it just tied everything in with the indoor and the outdoor flow, and it just created cohesion. The selection of a pre-finished board creates a certainty for the designers, knowing that the colour that they want is going to be consistent throughout the build. It also creates efficiencies for the builder on site because it is a far faster process when finishing and installing it without the need to sand and finish and the potential damage with sanders running through the place. Landscaping is one of the most integral parts of all homes because it needs that softness of the landscaping, and a big chunk of the landscaping was already done here. The owner had been working on that for quite a few years before we arrived. There was a lot of protection we needed to do to manage what was existing and then integrate the stuff we were finishing. And the use of natural rock and stone as a hard surface for connection to the soft surfaces, and with the multiple levels across this property, it softens it, but it creates a sense of firmness, and right through to floating stone stairs, the rock work that surrounds the top edge of the swimming pool. Definite sense of pride and achievement with homes like this. They're like our children, so you never really lose connection with them, and getting the cohesiveness of connecting all of the different elements together takes a very, very skilled team of craftsmen, and we are very, very fortunate to have an amazing team under us that are very very proud of what they do and very passionate. We're one big cog and every person is as important as the other. You can see that in the finished product here, right through to simple timber ceilings that then connect into hidden air conditioning systems and hidden away blind systems and hidden doors, pocket doors, pivot doors. Every single detail has been thoroughly thought of and has had the right people executing it.